Hello everyone. Sorry here. Thank you so much for joining me for a Kendra Card Challenge Super Sponsor Hop featuring Scrappy Diva Designs. This is a relatively new company to me, but they have a lot of fantastic dies on their website, and I will say I love the rose pink. I think that just is such a pretty color for the dies and has almost like a shimmer to it. But anyways, I was given some products to play with, and I decided to play with these two. I have the fringe flowers, which come in different sizes, and then you just layer them, and it just creates this fun little flowers. And the other one I'm going to be playing with is the Cupcake Memory Decks card. I did want to try to make a Kendra Card Challenge card with the memory decks, but it wasn't turning out. So we're going to go a different route. We're going to make a shaker card. This is perfect for that. And we're going to, make a shaker card, and we're going to follow sketch 13. So there we go. So that's what we're going to do. And let's put this away and start creating a card. I did already cut out all the pieces, and you see there's quite a few layers here. I was kind of having fun with it and did it in white, light blue, and dark blue. There's no reason for it, but if someone were to actually look at the card closely, it's just something fun to add to it, because the card is going to be a white and blue card. That's the theme. So I had a bunch of scraps, and I figured I would do that. I thought it was kind of cute. But I did that all off camera, glued them all together. And then for this acetate, what I did was I took the Memory Decks die, that one right there, and then I cut that with the acetate and just trimmed off the Memory Decks portion of it. And you had this perfect size. Now that that's done, I'll just add the next layer, and this will hide the acetate just where the edges are to make it look more polished. I was debating maybe I should have done a dark blue on this, but in the end I decided I would just stick with the white. I thought it was okay. But maybe I'll have to make a second card just to see what it looks like in dark blue. So you'll notice that I did get a little smudgy with the glue, but that's not a problem. All you really need to do is just grab anything that's pokey. I just happen to have this little tool pick here, and you just kind of scrape off all that glue. Just don't scratch too hard, and then your acetate will be totally fine, and it gets off that glue. And then to finish this the cupcake, I'm just going to add the wrapper. What this is going to do is add a little bit of birthday cupcakeness to it, but it's also going to hide a lot of the sequence so that when you shake it, there's going to be more than you thought. So that's what this is going to help do, which I think is kind of fun. I'm not going to add anything on the top because I want it to be able to be visible. And here's my little collection of just random blue, silver, and white stars. And now I'm going to add the backing. This is backwards than I normally do. Usually I would add some foam tape and everything, but I don't want to lose my sketch that's going to be built in the background. So I'm going to be grabbing some vellum here, and I'm just going to glue that down. Do be aware that vellum is extremely flimsy. So this is a very thin line, and there's no way I was going to be able to get foam tape in there. So I could have used cardstock, but like I said, I wanted to see my elements in the background. So vellum is very thin, and so when you're trimming it, just make sure you don't go too far when cutting it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about later. But for now, let's do the little fringe. I have my flowers cut out in some dark blue and the same silver as the cupcake liner. And I'm just using a tool. This is not what this tool is for, probably. I'm just using it to bend the leaves a bit to give it a little bit of definition. I don't have all the flower petal type tools, but if you do, definitely use those. They will make your life a little bit easier. And I'm just going to have the silver in the back and then the dark blue on the top. And I made 3 sizes here. If you look at the die, there is 4 pieces. So I did the largest and the next size down. I did the smallest, which is the last two, and then I did one in the middle. And there's two columns, but both of those are the exact same size. So it's kind of fun that they did just a slight difference so that you can get the three sizes. Just to hide the center there and make it look more flowery, I pulled out some of these white pearls, and I'm going to use those in the center of my flowers. This definitely makes it. Adding something to the center it really makes them pop, makes them really look like flowers. So now that that's done, I'll just leave those to dry. Now we're getting to sketch 13. Normally when I'm doing my card sketches, I like to have a panel that I glue everything on. But for this one, I'm going to be daring and I'm going to glue right to the card base. So there's the first piece. This is actually 6 inches long. The sketch says 5 inches. If you're following the instructions, it's going to be 1 inch less, but you're going to do pretty much the exact same step. You'll take your long piece and you're just going to go diagonal and you're going to trim off the rest of it. So that's what I was pointing at, paper E. And we're just going to glue that on. Please remember that you shouldn't glue this down until you glue the other piece first. But I didn't think that far. I was just getting excited. I was just gluing things down, but I did it out of order. Luckily, and I don't know how, there was enough space to stick this other piece in. I honestly don't know because I thought I glued that pretty well, but there you go. It's like there's like a little pocket, just happened to be perfectly situated. I was going to pretend that was all planned, but I think you would all know that that was not planned, and so I'm going to be honest. Just say I forgot, and I'm very happy that this worked out. The pattern paper that I'm using is actually just some that a friend gave me recently, and I just love it so much that I really wanted to use it for this card. It almost has that Scandinavian dish set or China set with this blue and white. I really like it. So here we go. I'm going to start trimming the cupcake, and like I said, very flimsy, so just be very careful. You don't want to go too far in. So if I find that it's getting a little tough, I'm just going to skip through it and continue cutting, and I can go back later. I just don't want to go, because normally when I'm cutting, I go on an angle so I can get underneath so you don't see it, but I don't want to go too far. So there you go. So you can see that you just have that slight little difference. So now we'll go back and I'll just snip off those little pieces that I missed, and this is perfect for me. Once I glued everything down, then it'll be nice and secure and I don't need to worry about it. But you can see that it creates this window. It's going to diffuse it slightly so it's not so bold, but you'll still see the background. I could have put a pattern behind it, but I didn't want to introduce a new one, and I didn't want to lose what was already there because I really like this pattern paper and I love this sketch. I love the way it looks. So as I was positioning things, I decided that I would have it a little bit of skew to mimic paper E on the left there. And I'm just going to make that nice and secure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my sentiment and my flowers. So while I'm doing that, I will explain what this challenge is if you're not familiar. It is Kendra Card Challenge, and this is a quarterly challenge. We're in April, so this is the beginning of Challenge 18. You're going to want to get that PDF that has all the instructions, all the guides, and everything in it, and you get that off of Patreon, and that's the Cards by Kendra Patreon group. You will need to have a membership, but it is free if you would like. You can upgrade, but just to get the PDF, it's free. Once you do that, you can print it off and follow the cutting guides, and it will make 15 cards. Sorry, it'll make 18 cards this time, normally 15. And then all you need to do is take a picture of all 18 cards, and then you would upload that to the LinkedIn party, and you have chances of winning many prizes at the end of the challenge. If you find that this is very tedious, like you get really excited, you're cutting all of your images, and then you find that it's just too much, you're not alone. This is a huge undertaking, and it's very exciting in the beginning, and you start cutting all the paper, and it's fun, and then you get to that, and it does seem like a lot of work. My recommendation, if you feel that way, is just break it up into groups of 5, or in the last case, there's the extra cards to make 18. Because in each month, you can still win prizes for finishing the first 5 sketches, and then in the next month, you can win prizes for finishing the next 5 sketches, and so forth. So there's always chances of winning. So if you break it down into 5, in the end, you will be able to create all 18 cards. Sorry, I keep thinking 15, but in this particular one, 18 cards, you'll create them all, because you just need to do it once before the end of June 30th. So that's when you will be able to see if you win a prize. That's my recommendation. If you don't have that problem, that's fantastic. Some people have created one every month, and you could do that as well. So you can submit for April, you can submit for May, and you can submit for June. Just keep that in mind so that you don't get burnt out, and you don't have to have it all the same. You can just have some fun with it, but in the end, you just need to make sure you have all the cards done in one picture. The prizes are fantastic, so you definitely don't want to miss that out. Check KendraCardChallenge.com. It will show you everything that you can win in this challenge. So I was finished a long time ago while I was giving that speech. I just felt that was something that needed to be said. So I do hope you enjoyed this. This is a hop. There is a playlist down below, so check that out and see what the other design team members have created using Scrap Diva Designs. And I will have all the information on the product I'm using in the description box below as well. So until the next time, have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all later. Take care. Bye.